Hello, Scorpio. This series is to provide some empowering messages during some times where people might not be feeling so empowered. A lot of our personal autonomy has been taken away from us. And so, this is just to encourage you and to give you some insight as to where you might focus so that you can um, get as much of your power and exert as much of your power as you can in your situation. The main deck that I'm going to be using is the Rider Waite Tarot, but I will also be using a series of other oracle decks, which I will list below. All right, Scorpio. So the first card I have for you from the Rider Waite is the Seven of Wands in reverse, and then the Hanged Man in reverse. So this is speaking to me of an individual who does not feel like they're able to defend themselves from the actions of others in a certain situation, and they've either been enlightened of the fact that they've been stuck in something that was not serving them, or they've been putting a lot of effort into trying to make something work that wasn't, or they may have felt like they were stuck in a situation where they were having to fight themselves off, but because they're not able to defend themselves in that circumstance, they are being kind of given a green light to move forward, to remove themselves from that. All right. I'm hearing Saved by the Bell. That might mean something to someone. All right. Let's get a mystical wisdom card to build up on this message. All right. All right, I have raise your standards and confrontation. Okay. So yeah, with this, when I put this together with the Seven of Wands in reverse, and this was a person that was trying to defend themselves from others, you may have been in a lot of confrontation. You may have found yourself, arguing back and forth. You may have found yourself, getting into spats with people. And to me, with these two cards, raise your standards and pick your battles wisely. It's speaking to the message that, you're recognizing that you need to walk away from things that are just not worth the time and effort of fighting. If it's just draining you, if it's just causing you strife and grief and you're not getting anywhere, then that's a sign that, this is something that can't really be fixed in the state that it's in. And you would be better served to know your own worth, to maintain your own emotional, psychological health, and just remove yourself from the situation, which is what I feel as if you are doing already. All right. I mean, I feel like there's a time to fight, and then there's a time to recognize that it's not getting you anywhere except keeping you in a loop of, kind of like chaos and drama that's not serving to further. All right. We're going to take a Sacred Traveler card and see what messages we can get from that. All right. We have infinite abundance and we have fogged in. All right. So, I feel like you're in a place where you're ready to move on to something that's going to be fruitful. You're recognizing that you're not getting anything out of fighting for whatever it is that you've been fighting for. You're not getting anywhere with fighting the people and confronting the people you've been confronting. And so you're realizing that it might take you some time to sort this out and get out of the situation and get to where you want to be. But that would be the wise thing, to kind of recognize that this is not going to go anywhere, and it might take you some time to kind of hmm, I feel like recuperate. I'm hearing like to recuperate from the effort and energy that you've poured into the situation. That, like, I feel like recovering from battle, like you've been battling a situation, individuals, circumstances, and it's going to take some time to recuperate from that before you're in a state where you're ready to move on into a state of calmness and abundance. Because I feel like this was actually, I said earlier the word draining, it was draining your mental health and your emotional health, but it's also draining your resources. I don't know, this could be in a workplace situation, because when we're not in a state of calmness or peace, or we have a lot of confrontational energy going on, like you end up fighting for everything. Everything feels like a battle for like the most simple basic things. And when you move into a state of abundance, especially infinite abundance that's pouring in, that's a receiving. So I feel like you're moving from an energy of having to fight for everything that you get to just openly receiving things that come to you in a peaceful way, in a way that brings you joy, in a way that is healing. So it's like you're going away from being like in a warlike state to a calm, peaceful, receiving state, and you'll have so much more because of that. Okay. I'm looking at this fogged in card, and there's like Vikings with armors and shield on a boat, and it says go slow and take time. And I feel like it's like you're having to recuperate from having to fight for everything, things that it probably didn't make sense to really fight for. But once you get in that vibration, you get in that mode, it's like it's hard to turn that off. And you start attracting even more situations like that. So let's take a mermaid and dolphin card. Got another messages. What messages do we get? You are being helped and positive energy. All right. So, I feel like your spirit guides and your angels, your ancestors, your higher power is helping you get out of this. I feel like there is such an imbalance here that, the universe needs to shift. It likes to have balance. And because there was such an imbalance with the amount of hostile, confrontational energy, that it's trying to shift to a state of receiving. It doesn't want you to be fighting to get things that it just wants to give you naturally. And so by surrounding yourself with positive energy with people around you right now during this time, particularly as you come down from that warlike energy, you will find yourself receiving more, and it will help you more. If you could be around other people who are positive, they will affect you by proxy. So you'll be able to kind of pick up some of their positive energy that you may not have right now because you've been surrounded with lots of negative, confrontational vibes, and you've been absorbing that, particularly if you're an empath. If you're Scorpio, um, you're a water sign. So, Scorpios kind of get a rap for being pretty hardcore, but you're also very empathic and you can pick up a lot. And that's why you tend to be so hardcore, because you can pick up all these things and you are not afraid to act on it. But in that, it can really take you to the shadow side of that and being like overly in that shadow energy. So, being around positive people at this time could be very helpful for you in calming down that warlike energy. All right, let's do some angels of abundance. Okay. It is safe for you to receive. Yes. In partnership. Yes. So, like we said, you're moving from being in partnership with people that are very confrontational. You got to fight for everything that you get. We're fighting over crumbs and scraps and stuff, to being in situations where it's very gentle energy and you're receiving, gentle abundance. You're receiving everything that you need in a gentle way. And so finding these partnerships with positive people that are not on that vibration of having to lie, cheat, steal, and kill for everything, including you too, will help you, I feel, in moving out of that warlike energy and taking back your power. Because I feel like whoever this is speaking to thrives in peaceful situations where things just kind of flow naturally. I feel like this was a very anxiety inducing, harrowing situation for this person to be in, to constantly have to be in this kind of vibe with people with this character. Okay. All right. From the Wisdom Oracle, we have go the distance and a leg up. So, with this card, go the distance in reverse, this is speaking to when we're fighting so hard for something and we're working as hard as we can and we don't want to stop. But sometimes we need to take a look at what it is that we're working towards and ask ourselves, is it the best use of our energy? Is it something that we need to be doing? And with the leg up, this is also in reverse. So this is speaking to needing help. So you might have been doing this to help others or feeling like you were helping others, or you may have felt like they were helping you. But in this energy that you were in before, you may have all needed some type of help, or you may have depended on each other, but it became toxic, whether this be a work situation or whatever it may have been. And so you're working really hard and you're fighting others, and it's not giving you a leg up. It's not helping you get to where you need to be. So there is a time to, to take a look around at your environment and what you're putting out, and ask yourself if it's getting you where you need to be, and if it's healthy for you to continue in the state that you are. Okay. All right, let's get a message from the Sacred Rebels. Oracle. We have focus on the light. I tell you, I kid you not, this card has come out like for almost every reading that I've done. And I shuffle all these cards and everything, and it comes out all the time. I also have dream a beautiful dream underneath the deck. So this to me is speaking to the importance of you making sure that you really focus on the positive things around you. When you focus on the light, it allows you to imagine or envision beautiful things taking place, as opposed to focusing on negativity, which makes you imagine negative things, and then you manifest negative things into your life, whether you're doing it subconsciously or not. So when you're focusing on this light here, there's this woman holding a light within a sunflower. This is talking about, to me, on a spiritual level as well, really focusing on those aspects, maybe not so much on the material of what's going on around you externally, digging deep no matter what's going on. And then from that place, when you envision what you want to have happen, you can bring that out. And the first thing I think that will happen is that it will shift the type of environment that you're in, and also the type of people that you're pouring your energy out into. All right. That's another way that I look at this light, is your energy, your soul spark, and what you give energy to. All right. So let's wrap up with a peace oracle. These used to be my favorite cards. They still are. I haven't used them for a while, but they're pretty awesome. All right. I have forever present and priority. All right. That wanted to come out. I had a couple others that just turned around in the deck. Yeah. New beginnings, listen. Yeah, the new beginning is under the deck as well. Listen tried to come out as well. So with this to me is saying that, if you want to kind of fix the situation and get your power back, it's important to be present and focus on the things that are the most priority. Use your intuition, use your, second sight to kind of look deeper in situations to see what really matters. Not the things that might come up that might actually be very petty, or they might be things that are distractions to you. And when you're able to do that and you listen to yourself within and what's the most important to you, and what you really, really want, this will allow you to come into this new beginning that you're needing to come into in order to shift away from this vibe that's really stealing your power, it's stealing your energy and your joy, and it's taking you to a place that you don't want to be at. So again, your key to moving forward with this new beginning in a positive way, moving from lack and fighting and warlike energy to kind of steal, kill, destroy for everything that you need, and feeling like you need to do that to survive, is to move to a state of positive energy around you, moving to a state of receiving and recognizing that it's safe for you to receive, and being in environments and partnerships, workplaces where that is the expectation, that you can go in there knowing that that's what's going to happen. And the people around you also have an expectation of that happening as well. They're only contributing to things that are going to be abundant and grow, as opposed to things that are, dead and dying, and they're not showing fruit. Okay. All right, Scorpio, those are your words of power for today in this reading. Thank you for joining me on this video where we are dazed but not confused. I'll see you next time. Bye.